Investigates. I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller here, show you what is going on right now at the home of Rex Heuermann, Massapequa Park. Come on in, everyone. A search warrant is being done, and they're blocking off the streets right now, and heavy police presence. We're giving you chopper views of what's going on. Long Island, Lisk, Gilgo Beach, serial killer Rex Heuermann. They're at his wife's home, and I just saw reports that the medical examiner has arrived to the home. And that's big, folks, because if a medical examiner arrives at a place, they might have found something. Now, remember, folks, last year, come on in, everyone. Remember, folks, last year, they searched this same property, for like 2 weeks and found nothing. No body-wise. I'm sure they got evidence in reference to this case, but they got tents set up, bands. What in the world is going on here, folks? What in the world is going on at the house of Rex Heuermann? And did they find something? The medical examiner is there. Suffolk County medical examiner just arrived to the location. Come on in, JLR Investigate. Now, we've been covering this case extensively. There has been some articles that have been put out. Now, this is the home of Asa, his wife, Asa, and his 2 children, Victoria and Christopher. Did they get a tip? Is it in reference to other searches that they've done? Is Rex Heuermann striking a deal with authorities? Is the wife under investigation for anything? What we do know is most likely, folks, that there's going to probably be a press conference, a subsequent press conference, that's going to come out. But it's interesting that they were there before, and now this, and now the medical examiner's there. Look at that. Boxes, tents set up. And then, is it in reference to anything about the wife? She's making a documentary. She also, signed, and we reported this on JLR Investigation. She got like $1 million to be able to share her side of the story or share things. And a lot of people feel that the wife knew things. Could this be connected with a documentary of revealing information in any way? Maybe the wife is cooperating. I just saw in the comments. Lisa Joe says, I have a feeling that the wife found something, left the house, and called it in. Because the kids aren't there. The wife and the 2 children are not there. That's what's being reported. And the lawyer for the wife has put out a statement saying that no family members were home at the time authorities arrived. This is big. Could there be other unsolved crimes? We went to Rex Heuermann's condo in Las Vegas. A lot of people think he could be connected to some unsolved crimes in Las Vegas. Also, folks, Fox News was reporting that authorities were searching about 40 miles away just recently in the woods, looking for things possibly connected to this case. They had the whole streets blocked off. Remember, they had the streets blocked off before. I wonder what the neighbors are thinking. But back at the crime scene, folks. Back at the crime scene.
Okay. No, you're good. Thanks. No, you're good. Thank you.
We're going to see what's transpiring. It looks like there's a gathering going on at the end of the street where neighbors and media people are starting to camp out. This is Massapequa Park. I like the helicopter view too. I like to see what it looks like from afar. So the helicopter will be going around. Plus, I got some other footage I'm going to show. And this is all going on. This is on a little bit of delay, but it's all going on more or less in real time. About a major operation going on right now at the home of Rex Heuermann.
Yes, I hear you, Kathy. Good morning.
I think it could be big news coming.
Okay, sounds good.
You just don't come here like this, like that for nothing, right? They got something. Lisk. They were bringing in boxes, evidence boxes. I swore I saw somebody in a hazmat suit. Did anyone see anyone in those hazmat suits? Remember last time they had the hazmat suits? So it looks like the surrounding streets are open because you see cars on both sides. He's the center, he's that center street that's blocked off. If you just go up a couple houses to the right, it's like a little old red, brownish old rancher. He probably got the crappiest house in the neighborhood. I was shocked to the core because we went there. Me and Magnolia went there, and I was just like in awe because this whole house was the like all the other houses around his house were nice. They were nice. His was just like the old shanty shack, the eyesore of the neighborhood. Yeah, Tattoo Wonderland says, yeah, it's definitely the worst looking house in Massapequa. It's a really crappy looking home. I'm shocked that Magnolia puts his house is so junky to even describe, but the whole thing looks like it was stuck together with sticks, tape, and glue. I lived out in suburban Philadelphia, and I had like a shed in my backyard that looked like the house, like a barn. And where, all that money that wife was receiving, why didn't they fix the home up? Now, there's been other unsolved crimes that this individual has been connected to. The news is reporting it is unclear what officials were looking for and what they are looking for. Rex Heuermann is 60 years old. He's waiting trial for the murders of 4 women whose bodies were found wrapped on a stretch of Ocean Parkway near Gilgo Beach. He was arrested last July. Originally there was 3 counts of murder that he was charged for. And then in February, he was charged with the additional 4. We always speculated why he was charged so quickly while a grand jury was looking into the matter about the 4th. But it could have been because he was seen on surveillance before his arrest buying more burner phones, and people speculated that he could have been in the process of acting again. The police felt like they had to swoop in and get him. So 11 bodies were found, and 4 have still not been identified: man, woman, and a toddler, I think. So as of right now, the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office has they haven't responded to what's going on here. You see how all those homes are just like neatly packed in? It's all these like little parcels of land. Everyone has a little home. A lot of people have a lot of mixed feelings about the wife, including some of the victim's attorney. Victim's attorney spoke out and said the wife more or less had to know something. Now she could still face civil charges herself, not criminal, but civil herself. Several helicopters circled around the area of the house starting in the morning, and by noon today, the entire block has been jammed with state police, Suffolk County mobile command centers, and crime scene investigator trucks, as large white tents popped up on his front yard, and people going in, investigators going in with boxes. Wow. A neighbor talked to the New York Post and said, 2 hours ago, I came back from a job and there are 5 helicopters searching over my daughter's school. And you could guess the first thing that came to mind, oh my God. I saw all the cop cars. I just ran into the school and asked the lady at the counter what is going on. And she explained, no, everything's okay. They're just doing another search on Rex Heuermann's house.
In Chopper 2, we were following some developing situation out of Massapequa. Investigators have returned to the home of the suspect in the Gilgo Beach murders. It's a situation that started earlier this morning. Police arriving at this area, setting up a command post, multiple police vehicles on the scene. We have seen also investigators setting up a work area directly outside of the home. We can see those canopies, tents set up. So numerous people bringing what appear to be possibly equipment as well as boxes into the home. This is along First Avenue in Massapequa between Michigan and Connecticut Avenues. And once again, police returning to the home of the suspect in the Gilgo Beach murders. It's not known at this time what new information, what developments have happened in that investigation that have brought police as well as those specialized investigators back to the scene. But again, it's an ongoing situation. It started earlier this morning. Police setting up a command post as well as a work area directly outside of the home in First Avenue in Massapequa between Michigan and Connecticut Avenues. We will follow the latest information on this developing story, bring that information to you as it becomes available, and we'll have more information later on in our broadcasts as well. For now, this is Jim Smith in Chopper 2. Thank you for joining us.
Chopper 2. The Chopper 2 is up in the sky.
Sure, you got it. Hey, Eric. We're good here. Can we take the shoreline back home? I want to try to just maybe stop and grab a few shots along Jones Beach and maybe Coney Island. Yes, all good.
I mean, there's so many bodies that were found over the course of years that's still unclear if they're going to be connected to Rex Heuermann or not. I say it's really, his home's really relatively close to the ocean. This gives you a perspective, an aerial perspective. I think it was like where the 4 bodies were found, probably about a 20-minute drive from his house. I guess better late than never with a new search warrant. They had to have some sort of credible information to do this. A tip, a confession. Is the wife cooperating? Wife's, there's 2 children. Or are there more victims of Rex Heuermann out there? I got a few more streams I'm going to show you guys in a second. I just wanted to just show you how the vast amount of water there and just that the ocean and everything in that whole area. Now, will this operation be, just for today? Will it be there for days? The medical examiner apparently is there. Apparently. I'm going to show you another clip here. I'm going to get another clip here and show you. Well, there's the beach. Look.
Okay, this will be Jones Beach. Jones Beach.
Jones Beach. So we're summer's about to kick in, man, and so he was arrested less than a year ago. You're talking about 10 months. Beautiful beaches.
Sure.
All right, so News Nation just put out a report, about a 5-minute report about what's going on here. We're gonna stream that so we can keep people up to speed and monitor the situation.
Some breaking news out of Long Island, New York this morning. Right now, police are searching the home of Rex Heuermann. He's the suspect accused in the Gilgo Beach murders. He has been charged with the murders of 4 women. News Nation's Laura Engel is on the way to the home, and she joins us now on the phone with the very latest. Hey there, Laura. What are you hearing about what led to this morning?
Hi, Marnie. Well, it did certainly come as a surprise to many people following this case, but that's the nature of a search warrant. It's a kind of a surprise. We have learned that the Suffolk County Police, State Police, Nassau County, all involved staging a massive command center outside of the home of Rex Heuermann and his estranged wife, Asa Ellerup. Police arriving around 7 o'clock in the morning. I spoke to the attorney for Asa Ellerup, and he confirmed that the search warrant is being served, but he couldn't say what was in it because he doesn't have it. He also told me that Asa Ellerup and her son are out of the state and that the daughter was not there. Whether or not they were given a heads up, that's something that I'm trying to confirm right now, but none of them were there. In fact, we've learned that Asa Ellerup and her son are down in South Carolina, and you'll remember that Rex Heuermann's brother lives in Chester, South Carolina, Craig Heuermann, and that is where they found the Chevy Avalanche that was so important in this case. That is where that Chevy Avalanche was being held. It was a vehicle that was believed to be used in the commission of the crimes. But, that's where she has family, and that's just as simple as that. But what's happening at the house right now is extraordinary because of the amount of police presence. And this also follows, Marnie, what happened last month, a massive multi-day search in Manorville. That's on Long Island, and police were seen searching in the woods for several days. I think it was up to 10 days. And they were even seen digging around, and there was word that they found something, that there was a black box that was found, and is it something that is connected to that search in Manorville that has now brought police investigators, members of the task force, to come to Massapequa Park, shut down this street, just like they did last July. Going through for 10 days searching for the home, or 2 weeks, I should say, in Massapequa Park. So right now it's unclear exactly what they are after, but this is certainly a very large development happening in the case.
You'll be there soon. Do they live there, the wife and the son and daughter, and they're just not there now? Are they currently residing?
That's correct.
Yes.
That's correct. So Asa Ellerup has been living there after the police searched the first time in July, when that big massive search came and they were digging up the backyard and searching through everything. We've seen photos, Marnie, of how the home was left. Now, when you look at the home, and we're going to talk about this later today when we're showing it to you, but we've shown it to you before, that it's kind of dilapidated. It doesn't look like the rest of the other homes. But what was inside after that massive search, it was very hard for them to live. They cut up the mattresses, the police did, because they're looking for evidence. They cut through the sinks. It was largely hard to live in, but they had nowhere else to go. So Asa Ellerup and her 2 adult children have been living there this entire time. So what was left in the house that wasn't retrieved the first time, we just don't know. But it is something very significant to have this amount, to have that probable cause for the search warrant is significant, again, in this case.
So we'll wait to learn more details on that. Meantime, Laura, what is the status of Rex Heuermann's case right now?
We've just been going to further hearings, status conference hearings. We were there just last month, and it's all about the evidence. Both actually, the prosecution needs to continue giving discovery to the defense, and the defense continues to ask for further information from the prosecution so they can better prepare. The judge wants to get this case to trial. He does have another court date, I believe, in the next month, but they are trying to move this along. But now we've got today, and what that will mean to the discovery in this case is now going to be a whole another binders and boxes full of information that the most likely will come out with. We can see from aerials from local news choppers that the presence that's there, they've got people staged outside. They've got cameras on tripods from the police, not from news agencies, in the driveway. What does that mean? It means that they're going to carefully record each and everything that happens today. They're going to take very close details of what is coming out, just like we saw before. And remember that search back in July, and remember we saw people coming out head to toe covered in that white gear to preserve evidence. We don't know if it's going to be that type of search again today, but it certainly could be. What did they find in Manorville?
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider, and don't forget.
All right, so then we'll put another aerial. This is another news chopper that just put this out. And that's the backyard there. That's what the backyard of the house looks like. Now, remember, folks, they were there last year digging up. And I don't believe they found bodies last year. Man, that's an old house. And you just heard from News Nation. I mean, could this mean that it will, there's going to be more discovery? I mean, this stuff, whatever's going on here, the Heuermann's defense attorneys will be able to get access to, right? Discovery. Will there be additional charges and put a delay in his case that he has now? What happens if he gets charged with additional bodies? Will it push his case out? That will be interesting. A white van and a white truck. Tents. White tents. And a heavy law enforcement presence. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Does anyone plan to go to the trial? Is there anyone local that are in here that could provide some insight? Please share in the comments. See, spectators, media. People coming in, they're late to the party saying, what's going on with the search? It started this morning, and they got the whole block taped off, and they're on his property. They're on the property of Rex Heuermann. But when more information comes about this, if I do not believe or see any other feeds going on right now, I put out a video earlier and will continue to keep updated on this particular case. I'll keep you informed. It doesn't look like there's any other current feeds going on. I've been searching, but that gives you a perspective of what's going on. Gilgo Beach. Well, they said that was Jones Beach, but they're in the area. They're searching. What they will find remains to be seen. We are on it on JLR Investigates. Looks like it's a beautiful day in Long Island. So it's also saying that Michael J. Brown, Heuermann's attorney, lawyer for Rex Heuermann and his wife, have confirmed that authorities are searching the home. And it looks like, according to Asa's attorney,
I guess we'll plan on stopping at Coney Island too.
They haven't received a warrant yet to know exactly what they're doing. This is according to news reports. They're saying that, interesting that the wife and his son are in South Carolina right now. And as we know, in South Carolina, in Chester, South Carolina, is Rex's, that's where his vehicle was found, right? And his brother, who has a checkered past, is from Asa.
Yeah, we got Jones Beach, but there was only a couple of people walking. Well, Coney Island would probably be the best shot.
All right, so let me let me make myself bigger here, and we'll talk. So I'll keep you informed of what's going on. It doesn't look like there's any more aerial shots, so I'll keep you posted on this. JLR Investigates. What's going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen? Are they going to find something or not? Remains to be seen. If they do, I will go back live. So if you're in the area, go check it out. Go see for yourself. Go out there, put a camera, and go out there and see what's up. And if you want to share any information, or you got any tips or anything you want to share with me about what the situation's going on, tips at JLR Investigates. Praying for all the victims' families out there. Maybe some victims' families might get some closure today, possibly, or some answers. Remains to be seen. JLR Investigates. Thanks for watching. And when more comes out, I'll share with all of you. See you later.